So I remember last time we met this game's version of Firefly. Whatever he despises shall be forced something. Whatever he desires, even that he already possesses, shall be taken away until he is eternally doomed. Such is the way of gods, as it always has been. He could no longer remember when he last set foot in the residence of gods. For this tower, perhaps it was yesterday. In any case, he wouldn't venture too deep inside. At most, he'd only go as far as the entrance. What a rare visitor. How long has it been since you last came to this tower full of failures? Was it since you realized you could no longer answer my question of Senadina? Or have you forgotten as well? So, do you feel even a morsel of long-lost nostalgia? I wouldn't say I miss it. He thought numbly at the moment. However, hearing that voice made him realize that indeed it had been a very long time. Now you walk in so shamelessly and remorsely. A traitor who abandoned his duties. You were the one who summoned me. It's the natural order of a knight to heed the call of a god. Natural order? Is your natural order holding the Tenshu's war by all means possible, including betraying me and telling self-serving lies? That meaningless competition has been going on for 32 times now. Thanks to it, this supposedly peaceful place is now cluttered with 32 useless coffins. I have not told any lies. The Tenshu's war was meant to select new knights who would be gifted power by the god. That is how it should have been. Each and every time I did everything in my power to bring the most righteous, noble, and talented knight candidates beneath the tower, hoping for a divine favor. But the god never granted any of them a chance. I told you from the beginning that I don't need it, because Layla shouldn't be a goddess, nor does she need a knight. This tower, the god of Lushmon, has only ever had one name, Senadina. He let out a quiet sigh, so soft it was barely audible. Although he anticipated such an outcome, coming face to face with the god's growing obsession still pained him. And before visiting this place, he had already made up his mind. This will be the last one. The 33rd Tenshu's War shall meet its true end. Oh, it better be. I hope you can keep your promises this time, traitor. The river of time should flow forward, and what he protected was so simple, a natural order. Even if the price was to be physically shattered, even if at the end was meant to be universally reveled, even if he knew better than anyone else that this was never what a knight should do, he had resolved himself to trample over everything. Why have you summoned me? What matter requires my attention? My treasure. Senadina's pendant is missing. Some filthy rat has snuck into this tower scurrying about. I'm normally not interested in rats, but this one managed to steal my treasure, which I must admit is rather impressive. I know where the rat came from, and I know her employer is desperately trying to search into this tower, but honestly, I couldn't care less. I just want my treasure back. My Senadina's pendant. So many years have passed. You should not dwell. I've had enough of your lectures, Litost. You know what that pendant means to me. Bring it to me as soon as possible, or I can't guarantee what will happen next. For instance, let shadows become curses and bring calamity upon the mortal realm. Rather than be a revered god, perhaps the role of a fear-induced demon suits me better. When you were out there dealing with my berserk shadow servants, had you imagined this contingency countless times? Yeah. No. You even used them to trick others into entering the Tenshu's war. Oh, right. The rat's employer. I recall he was the most promising candidate in the Tenshu's war. Why don't we start with him? I understand. I'll do my best to retrieve your pendant. However, this is the last time. You need to learn to take care of your possessions. If it truly means that much to you. Several hours ago. Ah! Oh my god, finally she's back. I mean, I think she was. I can't remember. I remember there was a whole thing of her not really being around much, but... Song? It's you? Ah! Have mercy! These little arms and legs can't take this. Oh, that throw made me see stars. Tears are coming out. I'm sorry. Because of your timing, my apologies, I overreacted. Are you alright? I'm gonna be fine. But it's kind of my fault too, you know. I was so excited to see a familiar face that I rushed over. I was afraid I'd attracted those monsters if I called out. And look where that got me. Served me right, huh? I'm really sorry. Do you mean to carry you on my back? Over my shoulder? Aw, we're all friends. Don't be so formal. This hero whose might and heroism I admire. That scene where you fought Latos mano a mano in the arena to save people was pure badassery. And you, my dear savior, I haven't forgotten how you saved my skin back in Amber Street. But I didn't want to be ungrateful. That jade plaque I slipped into your pocket sure came in handy when you needed it the most, didn't it? Thanks for helping me back then, Song. Every time she wears that face, she's getting ideas. No biggie, but meeting you here in this divine tower of all places must be fate or something. The place is dangerous all around, so why don't we band back together and watch each other's backs? We'd need to discuss it. No problem. I'll wait right here for you. Let's sum up the situation. To investigate Latos and the Gogma Tower, we came to the library during the Third War, then a mysterious firefly guided us to the Pool of Shadows. On the other side of the pool is this particular scene. A nameless god statue, an unmarked tombstone, and Song who appeared out of nowhere. Judging by her knowledge of us, this is the god's residence during the 33rd Tenshu War. Vegeta didn't lie to us. The library is indeed a special space, with a special path leading to the inside of the tower. However, this tower can't be included in her time slice, so we're back at the origin in time. The tower in Rimu, where the god resides. Looks like we're not the only ones who want to investigate this place. It isn't open to common people, so Song must keep more secrets. Come to think of it, although I've read about her in records, this is my first time meeting her in person. She's always been so silver-tongued. This reminds me of the first time I met her. She's deceptive by nature, but it's mostly for self-preservation. In fact, she isn't a bad person. She doesn't know us yet in this timeline, so she's holding back. However, I know her character. She'll repay those who helped her with equal trust, so if we follow her, maybe we'll find more useful clues. Alright, I trust your judgment. Don't worry. No matter what happens, I'll be there to back you up. We discussed and agreed to go with you. For real? Ah, yeah! I knew I could count on you two. However, we have a condition. We hope you can tell us your purpose for coming here and what you've discovered in the tower. To be honest with you both, I'm here on someone else's behalf. I thought I could make one last big score and retire. But who knew the job was like pulling teeth from a lion's mouth? Sneaking into a god's home? I thought to myself, this ain't worth dying over. So I figured I'd split while I could. But those monsters caught up with me, and in all that panic, I lost everything I had on me. I ain't got time to worry about any commission. I just want to get my stuff back and get far away from the place of trouble. Never coming back here again, too. As expected, it's not that easy to get someone to tell the truth. I understand. I just need you to help find your belongings and then escape from here, alright? Yep. I love communicative folks like you. As they spoke, day and night cycled in the tower. Yikes! This freaky place changed again. Watch out, everyone! Fall back! I'm gonna go find a hiding spot up ahead. Y'all can handle the monsters. So I've been playing some other fighting games, so... It's gonna take me a minute to remember how to fight. Because this, unlike that game, this game's got, well, that game's got a jump as well. Just spiders, you know? Bonk. Song, you over here? Boom! Oh, sorry, didn't mean to blow you up. The bumper's grasped by the water makes a good hiding spot, but she isn't here. The place is wide open, and obviously she isn't here either. There's several panicked footprints on the ground. She definitely fled in this direction. Why is the only puff monster the one she took? Oh, did she steal the necklace? Boom. I want more Shindayu. And then we commit to the overkill. Oh dang it, he lived. I pressed Wuthering Waves, a dodge, not Star Rail dodge. Oh, there you are, you silly goofball. Oh. I don't know why I keep ulting on her. Yo, heroes, over here, over here. Well, that's a move and a half, isn't it? I forget she has a standing version as well. Just as I suspected, I can clearly sense the monsters are only increasing in the number in this direction. Maybe this also has to do with what Song's hiding from us. She would never intentionally harm anyone, so she's deliberately heading in the most dangerous direction. I fear it has something to do with her stuff. What she's in a hurry to retrieve might not be so simple as it sounds. Ah! Song! It's the pendant, isn't it? I did it again. Look! I have been playing Wuthering Waves, and I use that to dodge and start running. Oh. Oh, wait a minute, you're the enemy. You're an enemy type. It's like, who's this? It's an enemy. One, two, three, four. Ah! You nearly gave me a heart attack. I'll never forget the kindness of you two heroes. I'm a lucky gal to always meet the right folks in a pinch. Miss Song, it's about time you tell us your true purpose. What purpose? Hero, that's not funny. I've always been an upright person, never done anything that would weigh on my conscience. Is that so? Then those shadow monsters are just being fond of your stuff, as you are, as a coincidence then? If you still refuse to tell us, we'll have to take matters into our own hands. Hey, wait! How is this possible? That's Senadina's astral ring? Song, when did you get this astral ring? Why do you have this thing? What do you know about it? Astral ring? You mean this... know about it? That's weird. I heard this was some divine treasure. Song, we know you've been hiding something, yet we've helped you all this way because we believe you have no ill intent. You saw what we did, Marina. We have no ulterior motives, we just want to find out what's really going on. Please, tell us what you know, okay? This isn't just about the god and Rin. This is... it may even be about an important companion of ours. Please, Song. I knew I couldn't count on myself to keep secrets. I'm such a softie. I can't say no. And you just saved me too? Fine, I'll tell you the truth. Actually, I wasn't lying earlier. Someone did ask me to come here and retrieve something. But after I got here, things weren't what I expected. It's my fault for being such a money grubber, taking on that kind of job blindly. That was a few days ago. I realized the worth of a peaceful life and wanted to do one last big job before calling it quits. Then, you wouldn't know it. Then, wouldn't you know it, opportunity came knocking at my door. The Lantern organization, I go way back, so why there being all hush-hush with me? Can't tell me what to do when it's due? Heck, not even who the client is. Doesn't that sound like pulling a fast one on me? Shh, lower your voice. This is originally an internal job. If we weren't for our connection, how would we get such a good deal? So come closer. Once the job's done, the client will pay this much. For real? Why would I lie to you? I'm not you. Hey. Get to the point. With this payment and these conditions, isn't it worth risking your life for when just thinking about retiring? I'd never heard a number so staggering, so in the heat of the moment, I accepted it. After I'd sworn on it and everything, that's when I found out these folks had lost their marbles. They wanted me to steal something from the tower. I grew up on Amber Street, so I'd never been there before. Sure, I'd heard about the gods, but that's all they were, just stories, you know? I never thought they were real, so... I think I've really fallen for your tricks. Yeah, I ain't too picky about picking my jobs, legal or not, But this ain't a nobody we're talking about. Stealing from a god is straight up suicide. Now that we've come this far, don't tell me you're getting cold feet. It's too late to back out now. No way I'm getting involved. I knew you were bold, but this bold? If you won't do it, there are plenty of others who will. So, our friendship ends here. Don't drag our friendship into this. What legit team would ever outsource this job to me? For all I know, your crew might be falling apart and living paycheck to paycheck. That's why you pinned your hopes on me. You... Fine. I'll let you gorge. You just want more money, right? Name your terms. Now that's more like it. Let's see. By the way, aren't Latin folks usually busy hunting down shadow monsters? How can we start doing these sneaky, infiltration jobs? Tell me about it. It's because our young master insisted on... Don't pry into things that aren't your business. Fine. I don't know if I got scammed or what, but thinking about all that money had my head in the clouds. I swiped that jade plaque on Amber Street and snuck it into here. But when I got into the tower, it was like being hit by a club. One look and everything was totally different. What? Winner? Oh, that's right. I got the jade plaque, so I'm a winner. A test? No way. What I meant was... Those folks were acting all mumbly and clinging, like human sticky notes. Good thing I'm quick and clever enough to slip away. Let me see. I snatched a bunch of stuff, but... Which one's supposed to be the divine treasure? Huh? When did I even get this thing? Wait up. What's going on here? Why'd this place suddenly change? Where does people from before go? Why is the tower empty and huge now? Ah, shadow monsters! How can there be shadow monsters where the gods live? I don't want to die. Stay back. Is this the divine retribution for my sacrilege? And just like that, I lost everything I had to my name. I've got nowhere to go in this tower. All I can do is wander around, hiding here and there. I kept wondering if this was divine punishment, but then again, the gods are supposed to be merciful. Otherwise, how could a pretty amateur thief like me still be in one piece? You know what happened next? I ran into you. Guess all those years of hustling taught me how to read people. I knew if I told you the truth, coming here and seeing treasure, there's no way you'd help me out. But I couldn't leave empty-handed, you know? For one thing, all my tools of the trade were in there. For another, if I messed up after taking their money, the Lantern Organization, their young master, would hunt me down. The heir of the Lantern Organization. Could it be that he's investigating the tower too? To think he'd trace it all the way to the god. He's certainly no ordinary person. He went from the heir of the Lantern Organization to their sworn enemy. Perhaps this was the turning point. I'm sorry, son, but I can't give you the astral ring. It belongs to a dear friend of mine, and I need as much information as possible to find her. Don't worry, I know the heir. He won't blame you. And once he gets to know you properly, he'll even be quite friendly towards you. If you're still worried, I also know someone in the Lantern Organization. I can ask her to put in a good word for you and ensure they don't give you a hard time. Whoa. Heroes sure have a wide network of friends. Alright then. You two saved my life, so I'll trust your judgment. But don't forget to put in a good word for me, alright? But for a divine relic to be Senatina's astral ring, what connection could that be? Senna, are you trying to tell me something? Senatina. Layla. Huh? Yes! Watch out! Huh? I never meant to do anything real bad. The way out's right in front of me. I don't want to die here. Bad luck comes and good luck goes. I know the heavens ain't gonna favor me forever. Pretty please. This is my only escape ticket. For the Gadget Master's sake, don't fail me this time. Quick, help me! Oh, we're in her world now. We're outside. Are we back in Rumu? Right, the astral ring. The shadow on the astral ring really disappeared. Did I do it? What's happening? Suddenly... Crota! What's wrong with me? This feeling wasn't unfamiliar to her. She had once relied on this unique ability to reverse the tragic fate of the Seven Shoes a century later. Precognitive dreams, as they called them. However, after realizing the unavoidable connection between herself and that god, the special ability became rather intriguing. It was like being carried into the ocean of light by calm, warm currents. A string of bubbles floated up, and those shards of light that passed her by, along with its sentiments, were reflected in her eyes, their heat making her eyes sore. It's Senadina's pendant! I thought I lost it for good. I remember now. I broke the pendant by accident and asked you to fix it. But I felt so uneasy without it that I forgot about this matter entirely. What are these? Then, in this misery, the lingering self-deceptive sweetness became that of a knight's betrayal, revealing its true bitterness. This goes against our mission. It might even reenact the tragedy of our homeland. When the Ten Shoes War begins and a new knight is born, whether she wills it or not, I shall... The toss... No! Why am I... In that moment, through the shimmering bubbles, the innocent black sheep finally saw its true colors. The culprit behind the Shadow Calamity wasn't the Tusk. On the contrary, it was the collapse of authority of Shadow that forced the Seven Shoes into that predicament a century later. It was the god who betrayed her people. The real culprit is... me. Did the escape talisman work? Am I not dreaming? Oh, now I can live for a while longer. Hooray! Crota, wake up! No time to worry about that now. We need to exit the system immediately. Vita, can you hear me? Huh? Why is she yelling at the sky? Is it a special ritual or something? 2 V coins were quickly inserted into the coin slot of the phone booth. Huh? I ain't seeing things right. 2 whole people just vanished into thin air. That's crazy. No, wait, ever since I entered the tower, ain't nothing been normal around here. Gods above, protect me. I ain't doing this job no more. Worst case, I lay low for a while, my life comes first. I didn't find nothing, didn't see nothing. Might as well pretend I never took this gig in the first place. Sometime later, on Hyperion 11. Making every possible effort in unconsciousness to preserve the shell. What a surprising hypothesis. Had my search returned any related records, I'd have thought I was inspired by this scene. Whatever. No etiquette in this world obliges 2 people to talk, just because they make eye contact. Don't speak to me without permission, Dr. Regina. Why would you think that? I never talk to you because of any obligations, Vita. You should be more confident in yourself. Oh. But I'm curious. How will they prove the existence of the consciousness? Spontaneous breathing has ceased, several reflexes are lost. An electroencephalogram results are unquestionable. Why are you still hoping? Oh my. Dr. Vegeta, what a good question. Unfortunately, there's a world of difference between Chichibu's Valkyries and idle bystanders. No one has to satisfy your trivial curiosity. I prefer being indirect, so I don't dislike that about you. I did form a base idea based on your previous records. If you want my help, try this one. How convenient that ever helpful overseer Teresa is here too. Do tell us, Dr. Vegeta. What are these two doing standing here? Sampling the previous dataset, the probability of the toss withdrawing from the competition during this time period was nearly 100%, but that moment when the toss was supposed to withdraw has just passed. Perhaps we were distracted by the imminent tragedy. Indeed, the fact that Latos is the most anomalous presence accorded, all this leads has never changed. Vegeta, have you made any discoveries into Latos' abnormal behavior? I can't say none, but most of them are based on my speculations rather than facts. I can't guarantee their accuracy. I've never seen you so hesitant before. Since it's like it's really out of your control this time. But any lead is better than none at all. Care to share? Based on my analysis on the big data model of Latos, the most notable anomaly is this 33rd Latos is. When he killed Coraline, he displayed a special power that had never existed in historical data. I suspect it was something he possessed all along, but intentionally avoided using. The true power of a Shadow Knight. This special power seems to surpass the system. I don't understand why he hid his power. And I don't understand why he suddenly violated his principles. Perhaps it's to kill the person before him more efficiently? Or want others to go out against him? I don't understand. Anyway, based on the above interference, I came up with a bold theory. Since Coraline's death is an unprecedented anomaly, and the source of this anomaly is another anomaly, could they form a direct cause relation in this world built of data and pointers? If we erase the anomaly at its source, will another anomaly disappear as a result? And so I thought of an extremely simple way to prove my theory. Wait, don't tell me you're thinking, kill the tossed. Of course, even if my hypothesis is correct, killing this anomalous Latos would only erase the established fact that Coraline died from the records. As for whether Coraline's consciousness still remains somewhere, I can't guarantee. That was a long build-up for old empty talk. How disappointing. V gets to witness, once again, the most terrible testable wisdom of the most reliable doctor of Luchuan. No, Vegeta has a point. We can't rely on common sense now. Any possibility is worth exploring, no matter how small the hope. I won't give up. Well said, Teresa. Thank you. Vita, while that was an untimely compliment, I don't want you to get me to a lost heart. Shut up. Somehow, I feel much better now. So tell me, the Master Overseer Teresa, how's Krona doing? Much better. Although she was in a bad state when she left the system, she insisted on telling us all the leads she found before going to rest. She always pushed herself so hard for others, entirely unlike certain individuals who only think about themselves. Oh my, who could that be? But venerated Overseer, picture this. What would you think if he tells you with a serious face, actually, everything I did was to keep a promise for someone? That's scary. See? You're just prejudiced against V. V has no choice but to play the role of a selfish villainess just to fit in with you all. Alright, be quiet. If you have this much free time, why don't you go and check on Krona instead? I've rested enough. I'll take a walk on the bridge. Should I go talk to Helia? But would seeing me make her feel worse? Oh, we're about to find out she's not here. Hello, Dr. Ajita. Glad to see you awake. You didn't sleep too well, obviously. I've heard about your remarkable adventure, and I must say I'm amazed by your willingness to share everything unreservedly. Allow me to express my admiration. I just feel that hiding things from everyone won't make things any better. That's it. What makes you so different from them? Let's change the subject. Can you show me the astral ring you found? I heard you were clutching it in your sleep, and still are as we speak. You don't need to give it to me. Huh. It's a genuine Zodiac astral ring. You must have found a special connection when you got hold of it, right? Do you feel you're getting closer to the truth? History is often woven together by crucial nodes as simple as the choices of a few people and the ownership of a few items. Now, the Seven Shoes no longer exist. The story's development has drastically deviated from history I'm familiar with. How will you face the upcoming challenges alone, without the Seven Shoes? I'm becoming more and more curious. Seven Shoes. Yeah, the Seven Shoes intended to show to the world, and their tragedy stemmed from the authority of Shadow. It was me. This is the first time a dream rewound by me has met this expectation. Chrono, you're the expectation in the endless samsara. You can help my program achieve unprecedented level of success as long as... Bad news! I wanted to heal you about our new findings, but I can't find her anywhere. Turns out she's logged into the system without permission 20 minutes ago, and somehow can't be tracked. 20 minutes ago? That was when you all panicked over me. It's not your fault. I'm the one primarily responsible. Right now, what's most urgent is stopping her before she does anything foolish. Too late. Yeah, we can discuss the details later. Let's head out now. We'll definitely bring her back. May and I are trying to restore Caroline's account data, while Durandal's being updated by 17. Corona, I leave Helia in your care. If anything seems off, log out immediately. We can't let tragedy repeat itself. While everyone was busy, a secret conversation took place above the now quiet Hyperion 11. Oh, it's you. Are you here to invite me to dinner, my dear friend? But I remember that lovely overseer said we should put away dangerous weapons while on the ship. Of course, since I'm not a physical being, I can appreciate the humor of your little joke. This is not a joke. A warning to you. Perhaps it's time for us to have a little frank conversation, Ajita. It's always been frank, as you know, and not just with you. I have no patience for your mind games. This is the first and final warning. You've overstepped your bounds. Are you referring to that highly sensitive data you encrypted using 32-fold hybrid encryption and then embedded into the corner using steganography? Oh my, I've just pulled my arm again. Ow! Give me a sec, guys. I pulled my arm. That's indeed an admirable design. One intricate yet elegant, retaining the versatility of symmetric encryption and the reliability of an asymmetric encryption. It's as if inviting a genius programmer to unravel its mysteries. That's not something you should meddle with. Oh, this is the first time I've seen such a ferocious expression on your face. Could that possibly be your last resort, or your biggest secret? Or, since you went out of your way to dispel a doubt about me, incriminating evidence? Then, what about you, esteemed back-end maintainer? I've scanned all personality data sets in the system, and except for the god whom I forced out a glimpse that time. Indeed, all other personalities are historical data simulated by the system, including the god in the tower and the Tost who deviated from the historical course. You're the only exception, Vegeta. Not only are you a back-end maintainer, but you can also project into reality. However, my investigation confirms you're part of the quantum computer, an electronic ghost who cannot leave the data ocean. No one else on this ship has thought about this issue. Perhaps it's because they trust Vegeta's track record, or perhaps it's in their nature to trust rather than doubt others. Unfortunately, I'm neither of those. I haven't trusted you from the very beginning. As I've been investigating you in secret, it seems we're both desperately trying to deepen our understanding of each other. Such a passionate friendship is truly touching. But you could have asked me, actually. The great genius Dr. Vegeta never refuses to close the contact with her dear friends. Then let me ask you directly. Who exactly are you? That depends on how you define existence. Dr. Vegeta would want her avatar in the system to be just a non-playable character without free will, right? Therefore, the being that's being permitted by Dr. Vegeta possesses Dr. Vegeta's intelligence, relives Dr. Vegeta's life, and identifies as Dr. Vegeta, is without doubt Dr. Vegeta. I see. So your original form is... Looks like we both know some of each other's secrets. To reincorporate your goodwill, I promise to temporarily halt the decryption of your precious data. But in exchange, you'll have to satisfy my curiosity. The Dream Seeker system was originally developed for the simulation testing under Dr. Vegeta's leadership, but due to her will, it enveloped the entire planet and evolved into this astronomical scale quantum computer. Even as the back-end maintainer, I can't fully grasp its entirety. How could the system operator who awoke the Dream Seeker system be an outsider like you? Could it be that you're connected to Lo Xing in some way? But that makes it even stranger. Our planet fell into observable chaos billions of years ago. Yet according to the records in the Hyperion database, your homeland is... Let's end this today. Today's discussion here. It's quite insightful chatting with you, Dr. Vegeta. Okay, it was a pleasant chat. At least from what we've concluded. We're not enemies. As long as we share the same goal, we'll remain close partners. Not enemies, huh? What if I told you I came here to be the god's undertaker? Just kidding. Keep up the good work, Dr. Vegeta. Blood crimson rends the eyes as the heart wails in emptiness. At the end of the story, she finally gained everything she had ever wanted. Yet it also deprived her of everything and left her alone. Tick-tock, tick-tock. The clock ticked on incessantly, jarring the silence of this place. I'm trying to think of it now. What was that sound exactly? Was it the beeping of the life support machines in the operating room? Was it the recoil of pulling the crossbow's trigger? Was it the beating of a precise mechanical heart? No. It was a countdown where her soul was corroded away by the second. So weak, so ugly, so despicable. You were the part of me that I loathed to the point of wanting to crush to dust and scatter to the winds. You're even more pathetic than who I was. Your obsession with being strong, and my hatred for being weak, intertwined in this competitional world where all possibilities can be simulated, creating this impossible encounter. Our timelines intersect here, and through this transaction of souls, we're bound together, giving me the sole chance to kill another me from the past with my own hands. Does it hurt? She must have pained 100 times more than you. Any regrets? She must have regretted 1,000 times more than you. Hylia, you must have asked yourself this question 1,000 times by now. Why wasn't I the one who died? Of course, you've asked yourself that. Otherwise, you wouldn't have offered your blood, which became the first bridge connecting you and me. Just like now, through our blood, I lent you my power. What about you? What did you do with this power? Anyone could block your path. A senpai far beyond your reach. A villainess who sneers and mocks. A ship's login system. Even an anonymous vote from someone else. You lost your way in time after time. You made a fool of yourself in front of your greatest foe. You even forgot how to grip this bolt. You're too weak to scathe him, yet you speak of revenge. You. Just for these insignificant pains, just for those irrelevant people, someone like you isn't worthy of vowing to me that you'd give everything. You are unworthy. Powerless to fight your enemy, yet unable to simply quit. Unable to submit to yourself, yet powerless to break free. Such an average eyesore makes herself look as if she'd lost everything. At that moment of my deepest despair, the moment where all misfortunes vanished from my past, present, and future, it should have been the culmination of all my wishes, yet my world crumbled like walls. Ugh. Those despicable eyes. I saw you narrowly between what remains of your fragmented worlds. I'm curious. What have you lived through to be in this sorry state? Have you broken your body apart, so it's cast anew? Have you killed whoever blocked your path, so this world is devoid of life? Have you undone this world, so you have nowhere to turn? If I hadn't made the effort, if I hadn't paid the price, how could I say I've given it my all? You gave nothing, nothing at all. So why are you playing the victim? So I agreed to trade eyes with you, becoming the second bridge connecting us. Just like now, through these eyes, I lent you my power, but what about you? You talked about your ridiculous pride, then broke into the login system against all rules you've been obeying, just to grovel to an unproven god. You screamed about burning your life away, relying on what little power you traded for to continue clowning before your enemy. If I were you, I'd inject myself with the molecular explosives and lunge at him. Of course you couldn't, because you're naive, cowardly, and foolish. You're the most despicable hypocrite in the world. And yet you dare talk about ideals, using her ideals as an excuse to seek redemption. You're not doing this for Coraline, you're only doing this for yourself. So, what gives you the right? Then, what have you done for her? As for me, I did all the things you didn't dare to do, couldn't do, and convinced yourself you didn't want to do. And the gamut, everything you could possibly imagine. I remember how she looked, the frequency of her fingers tapping the screen. Before pressing the last confirmation button, she paused. Sometimes I'd pause, Before I dispose of those who blocked my path, whatever their reason was. Before I realized I wasn't fit for Ruby Project. Or some of my metrics were discovered to be too low. Are you confused? It'd be strange if you couldn't figure it out. Your physical adaptability, potential, and even mindset. We're all standard textbook. No. You've gone mad. So, I replaced everything that was normal. If the blood was unqualified, I replaced it. If the eyes were unqualified, I replaced it. If the heart was unqualified, I replaced it. The only thing left was the idea of vengeance branded in my mind. I'm burned into shape by the fires of karma. Then, my body was able to bear planar equipment. My resolve to take revenge was able to remain unchanged across countless time periods. Project 401 finally created the only suitable candidate. I will never rest until I become a demon of eternal darkness. If Helia is destined to be a normal person, then tell me. Have I escaped the curse of Helia enough to forge myself a new name? You think you're different from me? Of course you do, because you're just a pathetic Helia. Weak and pitiful. Hands too powerless to hold on to anything. Too useless to accomplish anything you set your mind to. Hey, Lucina! Sorry! In that moment, your existence brought me an immense blow. A ghost with no one left to kill. Isn't there one more target here to exact revenge upon? With the heart as the third bridge connecting us, I'll strangle the most fragile version you hold dear, and shatter the most treasured memory you cling to. When I'm done, there'll be nothing left to keep your spirit afloat. By the vow of vengeance, every last target of the revenge spirit is here. And by that vow, I will kill you. In the most excruciating way possible. Hey, Lucina, sorry about that. I kind of was distracted with the story. How you doing? Thanks for reminding me this thrumming system isn't currently on. I will get that set up and get a free throw for you. Oh, hang on, where is it? Oh, where is my... Uh-oh. The program seems to have been deleted from my PC. Oh wait, app open. Update later. Will it open? Okay, thank God it does open. Woo! I was worried. I had to delete a lot of programs earlier, so. And you know what, Lucina, especially for you, because I feel bad that you missed out on those points. Get an upgrade. Hello? Hello? Why isn't it working? I think the program's broke. I'll have to search that up in a minute. It seems to stop working. So in the meantime, let me just... I'll do this instead! I'll spam it because I can't. Oh. Hello? Good off this afternoon. I'm glad to hear. Hopefully things have been a good day. Hopefully it's been a nice cool day. Hopefully you managed to stay hydrated, as it seemed to be a heat wave today. And bang. Oh she actually get shot by Firefly? This is your life. Failure after failure. And this is the memory that you've been keeping your soul together. Whoa! This is a new outfit. I don't know what I think. It's a strange outfit, but okay. Huh? Oh no. Finally snapped out of it, top student. Why don't you move over a little so I can get down? Heave ho! Why are you here? Why'd you look so surprised? Shouldn't I be the one asking that? You were standing here, zoning out, so I had no choice but to clear 2 ridiculously long growth stages up there. This is strange. It's March 13th, 2022. As the only 2 winners of the Mars exploration trial, we're on our way to the moon for training. Ring any bells? Give me some credit. My memory test scores weren't that bad. No, wait, that's not what I... So you do remember. Just now you looked exactly like a game protagonist who got isekai'd. You know, the kind who had a mentor that covered their eyes at first. The idle remark struck something deep, stirring the soul hidden beneath layers of memories. With her chin propped on her palm, she simply looked over and teased her lazily, yet somehow, effortlessly, she silenced the revenge spirit's shimmering rage. I don't really play games. Oh, so this is the revenge spirit's timeline. You. Forget it. Alright, Miss Riggedy. Pitting me against the locker probably wasn't part of your checklist, or is there something you want to say to me? It's Coralie. Every one of Helia's most precious memories is tied to her. That realization reignited the revenge spirit's curiosity. It was a deeply human trait, one that had dulled while she was observing another Helia. The presence of another Coralie brought it back to life. There's always an unlucky Coralie in the miserable life of the useless Helia. Huh. What a joke. And what kind of unlucky Coralie is this one? Revenge spirit, who had once been Helia. Couldn't help but wonder. Alright, you obviously have something to say, otherwise you wouldn't have articulated. Only that you haven't articulated it yet. I just think we shouldn't go on like this. Oh, so your thoughts do align with the teachers. Otherwise, Mr. Yang wouldn't have shoved us in the same slow sightseeing shuttle. Probably hoping we'd sort things over the next 7 or 8 days alone. You'd end up be outside all afternoon. Oh, thank God. Well, you've earned yourself a nice rest in this afternoon, definitely, if you've been outside all day. Also, Mr. Yang. Yes, that is Welt Yang being mentioned here, by the way, for anyone that's played Star Rail. Then, what do you think? Mars exploration is a long-term project. We'll be working together for a while, and if we keep acting the way we did during the qualifiers, people are going to worry about us. If you mean the way you jumped in to contradict me over every little thing, which spirals into endless debates, which inevitably explodes into full-blown arguments, then yeah, I'd say that's concerning. Am I wrong? Our way of thinkings are fundamentally incompatible. Since the moment we met, we haven't had a single real conversation. Every fight over the past few days has left us with more and more bias against each other. You don't have to force yourself to talk to me. Let's take a moment to calm down before we discuss it. The point of this trip is to make us see each other more positively and become real partners, instead of putting on an act to keep the teachers happy. I see. As long as you do. Anyway, the schedule should have been sent to your terminal. Aside from a couple minor tasks that aren't difficult, there's nothing of note. Why are you being so nice to Helia? Look at her. Her whole mindset is, as long as it looks good on the surface. Do you think she values being your partner? Not a chance. She's nothing like you. You should be wary of her, despise her, and reject her. And then when she screws up, toss her aside and find someone better. Also, what else? There's no day or night in space. Aside from an alarm clock, there's nothing to remind us of the time. No matter what, make sure you show up at mealtime. Oh, showing up here will also do. Or you can leave some signs. It's like saying, hey, I'm still alive. What was that? Alright, I got it. You're still worried about her? About a stubborn idiot who constantly gets on your nerves? Hey, I'm still alive. I need some time alone to think. This is the control and energy room. For this fixed route, autopilot seems to be enough. Combined with remote control, it can handle most foreseeable fight emergencies. Pretty convenient. Speaking of which, Coraline mentioned in the schedule earlier, the part of collecting and storing data is pretty standard. As for the start entries, around 8 PM, March 16th, monitor sporadic meteor trajectory data. If needed, manually adjust flight speed and activate the force field shield and thermal recharge booster. I've only done this in extraterrestrial navigation simulations before. This will be my first time handling it for real. I should set an alarm for an hour ahead. I can't afford any mistakes. Alright, that should do it. I'll check out the database next. Hello. Oh, hey, Coraline. What a coincidence. What are you doing here? Ding dong. Same thing as you. Awkwardly running into someone I didn't expect to see. The ship's model isn't exactly big, though under Overseer Teresa's management, which is probably financial wizardry, it only carries the two of us. This is a literal partner spaceflight exercise. As for me, you can pretend I'm sorting data. Say something too. Don't make me do all the talking. I feel like an idiot for rambling just now. Yeah, sorting data! That's part of our daily routine now too. Then, I'll come back later. This is bad. Was she the type to maintain the mood? I can barely remember anymore. Wait, did I just say something too harsh just now? Oh, he did want me in this direction. Are we gonna shadow the hedgehog looking out? Maria! I shouldn't have just walked away like that. At the very least, I could have kept the conversation going or suggested splitting up the to-do list. Is it really that awkward between us? Although we've been bickering for as long as I can remember. Still, I can't get behind the whole skip every step and go straight to the answer approach. This time, if she hadn't said that last sentence, I definitely would have argued with her. This time, the genius skipped all the steps and gave the answer to truly become partners. I have no idea how to do that, but I know for sure that what just happened isn't the way. Now I think about it, who in their right mind would climb to the top of a locker? I don't get it. The next time we meet, I'll bring it up. Of course, she wasn't entirely right either. It's not like having a bias against her. On the contrary, this is the moon, flying towards that white jade beyond the sky. Just like something Brat centuries ago might have dreamed of. It's about time. As Carly said, I should make an appearance. Huh? What's that? A bookmark. Bookmark. Must be a previous passenger. It's a beautiful photo. Not here. This definitely wasn't here before. Could this be what Caroline meant by leave some sign? Or maybe it's just because this shelf is the perfect place for books. Whatever. Either way, snooping through someone else's things would piss anyone off. She just doesn't want to see you. She probably hasn't figured out how to face me either. Maybe next time I'll find 2 books instead of her very Coraline way of saying she was here. No surprise there. It's not like you were particularly likable. You look like you saw a talking calamity back there. I can't let this misunderstanding get worse. I have to do something. She instinctively clenched her fingers. Just a small, barely noticeable habit, but the weightless scrap of paper she had just picked up made the movement stand out. I've got an idea! She didn't stop to think. She let alone consider whether she was doing the baseless or unjustifiable thing. She just wanted to clear up a misunderstanding that might not even be there in the first place. I don't hold anything against you because of our endless arguments. In fact, I think you're really smart. What a nonsensical message. After a while... At this rate, the meteor we're tackling will intersect our course in 3 days. It'll pass by at a safe distance. Maximum brightness is estimated at minus 8.1 magnitude. That's 10,000 times brighter than Polaris. That's got to be an incredible sight. Oh, it's already this late? She isn't here as I thought. Did she already come by, or was I just early this time? The bookmarks moved. She read it! After a brief pause, she eagerly flipped through the pages to check for a response. Right below the line, I think you're really smart. In blue-black ink, a completely different handwriting has left its mark. I think you're an idiot. What? It took a second to sink in, but when it did, her cheeks burned. She was mortified, suddenly regretting how impulsively and obliviously she had acted. That blunt reply broke free from a mess of awkward emotions, like a single scorching corn kernel in her brain that popped loudly and rolled down her throat. That was uncalled for. But somehow, she already lost that embarrassing popcorn. Look at the arrow here. At the tail end of the bookmark, there was a tiny arrow pointing down and then to the left, leading to the other half of the page. Persistent and rigid. I don't dislike idiots like you. I think I found the perfect way for us to be honest with each other. 7 days, 21 folded pages. I have a feeling they'll become some of my most treasured memories. I take what I said. You're an idiot too. You don't think I'm just trying to show off to the examiners, do you? Oh, right back at you. And just so a certain idiot doesn't try to twist this around, let's make it clear. This is a counter to the idiot comment, and you aren't allowed to counter a counter. If you don't even have the drive to show off, you shouldn't have entered the qualifiers in the first place. It's not, I don't get why you listed out the merit points. It's just I hate being limited in solving problems. If the whole evaluation process is just about plunging numbers into formulas, then this program must be painfully dull. Honestly, I might as well not even bother. That's just ridiculous. I can barely recognize the word idiot anymore. So, are you saying you want to prove your way of thinking is more efficient? Even geniuses want recognition, huh? That's kind of relatable. If I had to put it into words, it's just very correlate. That means you've desensitized to idiot. But really, being an idiot isn't the worst thing in the world. Two people on the same spaceship with functional tools of communication choose to talk by the most primitive means. If that's not idiotic, then what is it? Ding dong! Congratulations, you just said a line worthy of a bonus point. Coraline is just Coraline. Not ordinary, not a genius. I like that. That's not what I meant. At first, I thought we couldn't be more different, and honestly, I still do. But now, I feel like maybe I can understand you, and maybe you can understand me. When you said we should be real partners instead of pretending to be so, I was really happy. Maybe at the start, I was only focused on making the cut. But now I'm actually looking forward to solving problems and tackling challenges with you. Show me some of that unconventional thinking. Oh, that almost sounds like bragging, you straight-A dummy. Let's just say I don't want to deal with the risks and uncertainty of surface-level partnership. Wait, are you subtly pushing all the brainstorming work onto me? Given our strengths, that's actually not a bad idea. And given your persistence and sincerity, who knows? Even if the plan flops, you'll probably win people over your charm. Who knows? It might just work. Already setting up a backup plan? Does that mean you actually think we'd make a good team? Hold on. I do think our differences complement each other, but I'm not just saying that to save my pride. You and me, complementing each other. A few days later, the two of them agreed to train together. I'm sorry, did she say, oh wait, are you cheating too? Gotcha. I can't believe you actually won. I didn't expect you to be so good either. That little trick you pulled to double the score, completely, absolutely, utterly unnecessary. That was just strategy. And I got plenty more where that came from. Just wait. I should be mad about this, but I'll let it slide this time. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Oh? Letting it slide just because you won? Coraline. They burst into laughter, just from meeting each other's eyes, only barely managing to hold it in after instinctively looking away at the same time. So, are we done with this ridiculous outdated way of communication? I thought we were going to fill up 7 days worth of notes. That booklet wasn't meant for this. We should wrap this up and use it as intended. Besides, we won't have things to say over a distance, so it'll be better to talk face to face from now on. As intended. You never flip through it. It's my game's notebook. I wrote down some stuff that's annoying to check in game pause menus. No, because you never said I could look through it. Ah, you really are a by-the-book idiot. Hey, oh wait, I've been meaning to ask. Why did you climb that locker back then? Oh right, it's a workout game that augments reality. Want to experience the joy of capturing and raising adorable virtual pets? With this, hitting 10,000 steps a day is no longer a dream. I don't get what you're so pleased about. So did you manage to catch a virtual pet as quickly as you? At some point, the cabin lights had gone out. Filtered through the porthole, the soft light cast a shadow that resembled a picture frame. Without realizing it, the two of them had drifted into the vast cosmic canvas surrounding them. Invisible particles blended into a soft spot luminous hue, while visible light waves carried the colours through their pupils, imprinting them deeper in their sights. Unfortunately, no, it's a strange one, whose growth objectives contradict its growth curve. According to the player's formulas and acts, they even go in opposite directions. She let her gaze drift, lightly and distantly, drawing Helia's eyes along. Ah, sorry. I forget you don't really play games. Let me think of a way to explain it. A rabbit dreams of becoming a grizzly bear. A meteor dreams of becoming the moon. Didn't expect you to be so imaginative. But a program game's character doesn't have something as grand as a dream. Just that no one has ever found this rabbit's carrot. It's carrot? Yeah, a carrot. That makes it easier to understand, right? Corn and apples can fill its stomach, but they don't provide enough nutrition. It can't grow by eating them, let alone become the strongest figure it imagines itself to be. So most players give up on raising it immediately, or after trying. It's understandable. Players speculate that in the current version, carrots don't exist at all. Rabbit that can't grow. How tragic. So does that mean all the effort you put into catching it, all the corn and apples you fed it, were for nothing? I never said that. I believe the carrot must exist. If it doesn't, then it's a design flaw. And sooner or later, a patch will fix it. Besides, didn't you just say dream? I was just... Didn't you say game characters don't have something as grand as that? I'll change my mind, Helia. I'm gonna tell you a secret. I've discovered it a minute ago. Which means we discovered it together, so I'm sharing it with you. I think you're right. Dreams are just like game characters' growth objectives. Just like how a designer would give a character an unattainable max rating, humans wouldn't have dreams that are impossible to achieve. Isn't our little Helia simple spectacular? She can do anything! Anything! Oh wait. This is a special case. I have a reason why I can't accept any counter-arguments. Just think of me as the Dark Lord. That shooting star passing by right now is my witness. Anyone who dares argue with the Dark Lord will be eaten. Alright, Dark Lord Coraline. This is a special case. I also have a reason why I must support the Dark Lord. No one can argue with the Dark Lord. Otherwise the Dark Lord will eat them. What is she even talking about? A massive doubt surged in her mind. Was Coraline really such a naive fool? The revenge spirit. Didn't think she knew this Coraline. The one who lived in Helia's memories. Who exactly was Coraline? Yet, in her own fragmented memory, there was nothing to confirm or deny it. Was she really this kind of naive? Was she really the type to care about a fool's feelings and resonate with the most pathetic of the incompetent, as these childish, painful, dull memories suggested? Did she too have a selfish little secret? One that made her show an unguarded, foolish, youthful side? I don't know. Maybe among the parts that were cut away and replaced, There was a lost memory imprinted with laughter. Seeing a face and smiling uncontrollably. Locking eyes and breaking into laughter, unable to stop. Finding resonance in ridiculous words. Convinced that this person was a kindred spirit. No. The moment that hopeful thought was born, it was snuffed out. In this world, ravaged by disaster, there was no space for such moments to exist. Coralie was a formidable warrior, a super soldier known to all. Nonchalant, cynical, always joking about running away, impossible to read, neither lively nor adorable, but she was one of a kind, and now she's gone. No. Has she not longed for anything and willingly made every sacrifice she could for it? No, that's not her. The revenge spirit pushed the doubt aside, just as she had so many times before. She refused to let herself follow that thought any further, letting sorrow and hatred swallow her whole instead. I don't acknowledge Helia, not her! Not the twisted echo shaped by her memories. Yes, Revenge Spirit came to destroy everything. How could she falter because of her? By the way, isn't there a meteor that's about to graze you? Want to use it to erase your memories for good. Ah! The sound came as expected. Force field shield expanded. Protective charging system functioning. Effective shield probability 98.5. Understood. Thermal recharge boosters engaged. Oxygen conversion system stable. As for that remaining 1.5? Did I say that Hyperion 11 would need a full overhaul after this trip back? Where is this? What's happening? This isn't a continuation of that last memory. Might as well go do a full refurbishing while I'm at it. Been meaning to get rid of that scratch for ages. There's no permanent fix for that. Since our work revolves around Mars, dealing with the asteroid belt is inevitable. How about we call minor scars a badge of honor? Flying this intensely must be exhausting. There's a low-density region up ahead, Coralie. Want to switch out? I'm not some stubborn idiot who always overexerts herself. So there's only one answer. I'm exhausted. I want double salted cream grilled cheese soup. No whining. This is a different memory. Could it be that the runt ship was actually hit by a meteor? Which is a memory that can be awakened? Huh. What luck. But this ends here. The world was changed forever. Coralie. I quit. I only got involved in this project to write my thesis. I never signed up to throw my life away. I only joined this operation to get by. Leaving's not so bad, as this will save you all from watching me laze around and waste supplies. Huh? If you want to continue the mission, be my guest. I'm taking the spare escape pod. This time, I'm going to do something I've never considered before. You're lying! What are you planning? You're not trying to escape at all. I don't understand meteors or distant celestial bodies, but I understand you. Oh? Bold words. Then tell me, what am I gonna do? You're going to die! No one knows this better than I do. Why? Tell me why. Why would you throw your life away over some worthless failure? What nonsense are you spouting? Haven't I told you? My dream is to live forever. Live longer than Reptilian Calamity. Long enough to grow a tail. Wait, I already have a tail. There's no way I'll die.
どうやら間違えたようだ。認められない記憶に身を沈め、理解しようとした。そして自分の一部を武器にして打ち破ろうとした。排斥し合う個体は思想も行動も相入れない。だから私はお前の記憶の中で苦しみ続ける。これくらい造作もない。一番の思い出を壊せずとも、お前はもう逃げられない。そして私の記憶は最も苦しい枷になる。お前が1000倍以上の苦しみを味わい続けることが私が下す審判だ。
Humans are weak, powerless, chained down by attachments. Ghosts are free, untethered, invincible among cutting the strand of dependence. But now, she's no longer undefeatable. You cannot escape. I saw a furious river. At first, it coursed through my veins, resentment and regret, weaving a net of pain. Why is that? Why did you lie to me? Why did you save me? Why me of all people? This project was shut down 2 years ago. The outside world may not know why, but we do. So tell me, what else can we do? Is there any hope left in developing new technologies or battle suits? When calamity strikes, it doesn't care if you're a soldier or something. She literally is Firefly, by the way. I know. And that's exactly why. If the greatest minds that died from this calamity couldn't do it, then why are we still sending people to their deaths? What, are you saying we should just give up? Stop trying. Hold hands and march to our deaths together? At this point, even if it's all for nothing, this world has no choice but to fight to the bitter end with us. If you were still alive, things wouldn't have fallen this far. Fight to the bitter end. Yeah, that sounds about right. Then, the river extended via external circuitry reagents and solutions. Pain became the foundation of a shared consciousness. Each breath bred more madness, forming a thick, suffocating mist. I would have succeeded. Otherwise her death, everything I've done, what would it all mean? I still don't have hope. The numbers have gone up. But do they even come close to the peak numbers from before? You went for the records of the first 15 tests without permission? You knew it all along. Just as one cannot step into the same river twice, one cannot maintain the same will over the endless stench of time ahead. These are your own notes. I had no choice. Just like when we created the Super Soldier Coraline. You don't get it. Even the faintest glimmer of hope. Damn it! Shut up and keep your complaints to yourself. Hope? Will? The living can't hold on to their will forever, but the dead can. And I was supposed to die anyway. I don't like the will to wield it. If all it takes is holding on to this forever, I'll burn away my future, sacrifice every moment of my existence from now on, if it means gaining the power to pulverize my enemies. Impossible! When did the synchronization rate spike so much? What did you do? This is what the subject demanded. If humans can't achieve it, then fill the gap with something inhuman. Didn't we do the same when testing artificial calamity? What the hell are you saying? Have you forgotten? Super soldiers are the result of artificial calamity, and that project failed. What? She took her own life before she could transform into a calamity. How does that prove failure? That was Coraline's personal choice. She wasted all these resources. What did she even accomplish? So that's why you extracted and recovered artificial calamity fragments, but... How dare you? Don't look at me like that. If you want to hate something, hate calamity. Those things are what turned people into this. The blood-maddened mist was mixed with sorrowful rain, seeped into the solid layers of hatred, and erupted into a river of molten fury. The classified technology was abandoned for a reason. Too dangerous, sealed away for 2 years. Even our own soldiers doubted its existence. I will fight my enemies without rest. And the doubts weren't unfounded. The battlesuit's development was based on a wormhole traversal principle, requiring its wielder to maintain an unbroken will from past to future, what we call spatial-temporal consistency. To put it simply, imagine countless versions of yourself fighting side by side, overlapping timelines. You must carry your past and the future you will push forward. Never stopping. Never yielding. Before we found the adaptive, the entire research team believed no human can meet this battlesuit's criteria, but she did. This is a groundbreaking feat. To sink into the endless suffering beyond salvation. I declare that Project 401 has at last succeeded. Resonating with the pain and desire, I let myself sink into it. Oh my goodness, it's Helia! Seriously, those eyes. Why is she wearing that battle suit? It's not sorry. Where are the calamity pollutants? Up ahead! Most of the survivors we found are gathered there. We set up 3 defensive lines, but the enemy numbers are overwhelming. At this rate, we won't match out longer if they break. Wait, as we regroup, we... Ooh. Whee! Okay. The question is, are they going to do this as a separate battle suit, or will this be a skin? Because the old being like this is fun. I wouldn't mind if they maybe made it the weapons ult or something. Thing is, that is the weapons, the ult of the weapon, is being able to throw that grenade and stuff. No, Helia, wait! Did we just do that? What do you want? Helia, we can't keep fighting like this! What did you say? Where there are pollutants, there are injured soldiers and sometimes civilians. You should know that. So what? They wouldn't last long anyway. It's better to end them quickly than let them be eaten piece by piece. Huh? How could you say that? If we don't eliminate them, even more people will die. You know that. Step aside. You're not needed on this battlefield. If you want, go dig for the wreckage. Maybe you'll get lucky and find a survivor or two. You were so cruel! Calling all surviving units. The defense line's about to be breached. Fortifications require immediate support. I repeat, fortifications require immediate support. Ugh, so yeah, this is edgy future Helia, clearly. Nope, wrong way. I mean, obviously there's a yellow line to tell me where to go, but... Are they our reinforcements? There are no reinforcements. Are we going to die? Look alive, there are still survivors. We'll live through this with them. So we're just, you know, relentlessly killing our own team. Oh god, this feels terrible. I love the reuse of this old map, by the way. So I'm guessing in this world, she's become a or Revenge Spirit is a calamity, is what I'm getting at from this. Shut up. Huh? Right. For those watching on the video, this would be the